Hi there, let's solve some problems with linear equations. If you've forgotten or haven't seen the video where we go through how we translate words into mathematical operations, then click on the little eye in the corner and it'll take you there. Let's go through a few questions. Here we have Farmer Bev wants to make an enclosure for his sheep. He has 42 meters of fencing. He wants the length to be twice the width. What dimensions should the field have? So how can we work this out? So we have the width here, let's call it x, and we know that the length is twice the width, or in other words, 2x. What other piece of information is important here? The 42 meters. So let's write that down. Now the perimeter is the length outside. So in other words, 2x plus 2x plus the last x. And when you simplify, 2 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1, that's 6x. Now we know the perimeter is both 42 meters and 6x. So we can write an equation and solve for x. So 6x equals to 42. And how do you get rid of the 6? We have to divide by 6 on both sides. So x is equal to 7. So now we know this side is equal to 7 meters, but we haven't answered the question. The question was asking for the dimensions. So we have to make sure that we plug x into the length. So 2 times 7 is 14. So the length is 14 meters. So always remember to read the question one more time to make sure that you've answered the question, because sometimes just finding what x is not enough. Let's do one more. Ashley wants to make an enclosure for her cows. She has 44 meters of fencing. She wants the width to be 8 meters less than the length. What dimension should the field have? So let's draw one. So we have this time the width is 8 meters less than the length. So we're going to name the length x, and then this is going to be 8 less, or in other words, x minus 8. Now what other piece of information do we need? The 44. So the perimeter is 44 this time, and again we need an equation where we go all the way around. So x plus x minus 8 plus x minus 8. And we simplify that. Let's look at it very carefully. Let's look for all the like terms. So the x's, there's 4 x's, and the numbers are minus 8 and minus 8. So that's minus 16. So we have 4x minus 16. Again, let's write an equation. These two are the same. They're both perimeters. So we have 4x minus 16 is 44. How do we simplify this? So first of all, get rid of the 16 from the left by adding 16 on the other side. So 44 plus 16 is 60. And then we have to get rid of the 4. So dividing by 4 on both sides, we get 60 divided by 4 is 15. So x is 15. And check, have we answered the question? No, the question was asking for the dimension. So we know that x, or the length, is 15 meters. We still have to work out the width, which is x, or 15, minus 8. So the width is going to be 7 meters. Now we've answered the question. Let's do another example. Kiara has made a fan page for BTS. Originally, she had 30 of her friends following the page, but she noticed that every passing day she's gaining 5 new followers. If she has 100 followers, how many days have passed since she started the page? So there's a bit of information here. Let's highlight these. So there's 30 followers at the start, and then she's gaining 5 every day. And the question is asking, when she has 100 followers, how many days? Let's rewrite the question. So it's 100 followers, and we're looking for D, the number of days. So it starts with 30 plus 5 for every day, or 5 times the number of days, 5D, 5 times D. Now we notice that this is pretty much a linear equation, and we like to write the linear equation in the format of y equals mx plus c. So I'm just going to switch these two around to 5D plus 30. So now, how do we answer the question? We just plug in f as 100. So we get 100 equals 5D plus 30. Now we solve for D. So how do we get rid of the 30 on that side? We minus 30 on both sides. So now we have 70 equals 5D. We have to get rid of the 5 now, so we divide by 5. So 70 divided by 5, we get 14. 14 days. So after 14 days or 2 weeks, we have 100 followers. Let's do a couple examples with age. Nia is 5 years older than Paul. The sum of their age is 27. How old is Paul? Now I'm going to use P for Paul as a variable. And therefore, because Mia is 5 years older than Paul, we can write Mia as P plus 5. Now, the sum is 27, so the P and the P plus 5, when you add them together, it should give 27. So now we can simplify this equation and have 2P plus 5 equals 27. All we have to do now is solve for P, or Paul's age. So subtracting 5 from both sides, we get 2P equals 22. And then dividing both sides by 2, we have Paul's age to be 11. Let's double check. If Paul is 11, then Mia is 11 plus 5, 16, which is 5 years older than Paul. And 16 and 11 is 27, so we're correct. Let's do one last example. Cooper is twice as old as Dinuli. The sum of their age is 27. How old is Dinuli? So this time we're looking for Dinuli. So the variable I'm going to use is D for Dinuli. And we know that Cooper is twice the age of Dinuli. So 2D for Cooper. Now, their age added up together again is 27. So D plus 2D is 27. So we simplify to get 3D equals 27. Getting rid of the 3 can be done by dividing by 3 on both sides. So we get D, or Dinuli's age, to be 9. And double check. So Dinuli's age is 9, then Cooper would be 2 times 9 is 18. 18 and 9, does that add up to be what we want, 27? Yes, it does. So we're correct. So a good trick is use the variable that you're looking for with a letter that is relevant to it. And then once you get to the answer, don't forget to always check, have you answered the question? And if you have spare time, plug it into the original equation. So in this case, the sum is 27, to check that your number works. That's it from me today. See you next time.